first of all, there's no UW system degree. I mean, there's a lot of talk about this benefit of a brand name. You know, the UW Madison was there before the campuses all merged into a system. I made the point to the Regents meeting last week that I'm the very proud Chancellor of UW Eau Claire. When I think about, what I worry about is our students at Eau Claire, our faculty and staff at Eau Claire, and the value of our degree at Eau Claire. I don't really worry about Madison's degree. I don't worry about Oshkosh's degree, Parkside's, or anybody else's. When I think about excellence, I think about our students who win awards and our faculty who are recognized as leaders in their fields. We don't derive our excellence from anybody but ourselves, in my view. And I think that will be true in the future. You know, there's a lot of false dichotomies being drawn here in terms of, well, if Madison leaves, then we're a two-tier system. Well, there's all kinds of models out there. Michigan has no system. Every institution stands on its own. Every institution seems to be doing pretty well. When I was in Washington State, we each had our own board of trustees. We each operated as an independent institution. There was a coordinating board, and it made sure we didn't duplicate ourselves unnecessarily. And we submitted our collective budget individually to that board. So there are dozens of ways of organizing higher education, but to say that just because Madison's leaving, we have to have this other system and point out all the negatives is kind of a false dichotomy. And so it's creating a straw man, and then you argue against the straw man. I don't think that furthers the discussion. The real discussion is how are we going to sustain excellence in the midst of continuing reductions in public support of public higher education. And you know, those are choices that the public is making through the electoral process, and we'll have to respond to that. It's not a choice we have to respond to it, and we intend to respond in a way that can continue to maintain the uniqueness, the distinctiveness, and the extraordinary environment and climate and culture we have here at UW Eau Claire. That has always drawn some of the best students in Wisconsin and continues to do that. There are some issues around software management, D2L, the human resource system, our student information systems, purchasing systems. Many of them are common to all of the campuses and reside in and are managed by the Department of the IT department at Madison. And so there'll be some negotiations around how all that works. Library resources are shared across the system. The librarians have already come out with a statement saying they fully intend to continue to make sure that our library resources are shared. And I've been in states that have had independent institutions, systems, private institutions, and librarians are very good at figuring out ways to make sure we share those resources and continue to benefit from that. You know, a lot of our faculty and some of our students are affiliated with various institutes and centers at Madison. The Chancellor of Madison has told me that she has every intention of continuing to keep those open to us and continuing to invite our participation in them. So, you know, and I'm sure that this will affect tuition decisions, both in Madison and in whatever other system or systems result from this. And we know that the intent at Madison is to go to more of a Big Ten model of tuition, which would be a significant increase in Wisconsin. You know, that could benefit some institutions as students now choose different institutions based on price. Whereas before we've all been sort of a little bit different, but pretty much in the same ballpark. And I think in that environment, Eau Claire, with its programs and its quality and its reputation, could benefit. So, you know, what I told the regents was, if nothing changes for us as a university, if we have this budget reduction and these additional reductions from our employees, purchasing power in the community, and it's a question of Madison being in the system or out of the system, well, if nothing's changing for us, it doesn't matter to me whether Madison's in the system or not. You know, it's great the Badgers are great. You know, go to the Rose Bowl and stuff. But people say, well, aren't you glad about that? I thought, fine. I'm not from Wisconsin, so I have no allegiance to the Badgers. My allegiance is to the Blue Golds, and the Blue Golds will compete just as well as they have in the past.